a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, making every effort to divert the core of a national discussion, steering it towards personal interest. In doing so, evading direct questions from the host. Indeed, it reminds us that many are driven more by selfish interest than the collective good. Good day, my esteemed viewers. Welcome to Fides Television, where we engage the mind and inspire change. Today, we'll dive into the dynamic world of social media, exploring its influence, unpacking its realities, and empowering you with insights. I am EGBOCHUE Chioma EUPHEMI, and I'm glad to have you with us. Let's go on a short break, and when we are back, we'll delve deeper into this informative topic. Stay tuned. You are still watching Fides Television. Glad to have you back. Viewers, let's be honest. How often do we stop to ask, is this even true? Or what impact this content is having on me and others? Social media is not the problem, but the unquestionable consumption is. A lot of times, we see content without even asking ourselves question, this particular content I'm viewing, how true is this content? Today, we'll unpack some myths, misinformations, and mental mess created by unchecked social media realities. What does unpacking social media realities entails? It's about accountability, stripping off some myths and unrealistic misinformation. Now take a look at this content. It says, women, if you want your daughters to grow into a better version of a woman tomorrow, treat her as a maid while training her. The next one says, if you want your man to be faithful to you only, pray for him to remain poor. Only poor men are faithful to one woman. You don't expect to have a rich man only for yourself. That is unfair. The next one says, busybody everywhere. So, it is now a crime for a man to buy his own wife. If he is really legally married to her, he has the right to do whatsoever he likes and lots more. It is unpacking falsehood in a nutshell. There are a lot of false information flying up and down on social media. And some of these social media platforms could be Facebook, it could be your Telegram. There are lots of them. There are some of effects of this misinformation on you and I. All this falsehood going around is not just flying without a reason. Do you know that as it's flying, it's really having something depositing inside of me and you? And if care is not taken, it will become a part of us. And some of these effects can be categorized into two. We have the short-term effect and the long-term effect. Now let's dive and look at the short-term effect. The short-term effect, one of the effects is that in the short-term effect, there is drop in self-esteem, which usually happens after comparing oneself to influencers and celebrities. Now, there are lots of celebrities wedding flying up and down the past few months. Even last week, there was one. Many flamboyant display of wealth everywhere. And believe me, there are some people who have modeled these people as the people they will look up to. They have really set them as example, and they have likened it to how their own wedding will look like. And do you know that if they are not able to meet up with the expectations that they have set for themselves, it's going to bring low self-esteem. Now, let's quickly look at the long-term effect. That is chronic depression as a result of unattainable standard from prolonged exposure. We used the celebrity's wedding as an instance. Can I tell you this? If some people who have looked up to these people, that's the celebrities that have really wedded of recent, there are some people who look up to them. And when is their time to wed? And they are not able to meet up with this flamboyant lifestyle. Believe me, they will be chronic or depressed that they will no longer believe in themselves all the days of their lives. And anything they want to achieve, they will feel like someone like me that was not able to meet up with this target I have for myself. That means I am of no use. And it's going to affect the person. Now, apart from this, there is loss in personal identity. It's really trending everywhere. Many people have lost their selves. Now, for instance, there are display of some female celebrities who have undergone some cosmetic surgery, and this is now the standard. Many young ladies coming up are modeling after these people. And then, what will happen? They believe that they need to undergo such BBL before they'll be recognized in the society. And many of these ladies have really lost self-esteem, just like we mentioned in the first effect. And after modeling after this particular set of celebrities, they now believe that if I don't look like this particular celebrity, I don't belong. Therefore, I must undergo this BBL. Even if I don't have the money, I must join others and do what they are doing. That's why we have lots of activities going out there. There are some ladies into hookup because they want to meet up with the requirement for them to undergo this cosmetic surgery. Now, apart from this in the long-term effect, the next one is insensitive falsehood. There are lots of falsehood spreading everywhere. Now, take a look at this.
Hi, guys. Okay, so first and foremost, thank you so much for all of you who have been calling and sending messages and prayers. Thank you. I do appreciate it so much. But I do not have cancer. I noticed that a clip from my TV show, Messi's Menu, has been flying around. And I think it was cut. They cut the clip. I said I had a cancer scare. It means that I had this swelling on my neck, if you can see the line there. And my doctor felt it was something serious. I had problems with my thyroid. I'm perfectly okay. Thank you so much for all of your calls and your messages. All this phone has been buzzing like crazy. I am perfectly fine and I do not have cancer. I'm perfectly okay. So thank you so much for checking up on me. Thank you for sending all those messages. Go back and watch the clip. It was completely misunderstood. I am fine. I do not have cancer in Jesus' name. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Thank you.
This is Mercy Johnson trying to debunk an information that's falsehood about her having cancer, saying that she is not cancerous. So this information is flying up and down. If something is not done about it, it will become a part of us. Now let's look at the lifestyle and the effect on our attitude. There is image obsession leading to body enhancement like cosmetic surgery, just as I've mentioned earlier. And there is what? Chasing trend. Chasing trend. Everybody is after the likes on social media instead of the impact they will create. Now, what should be done? Should we fold our arms? Both governments, we as individuals, should we fold our arms and allow this misinformation, the abnormality to keep spreading? Have you taken out time to ask yourself, if I, an adult, is consuming this and is really affecting me, what about this coming generation? They are too innocent for that. And believe me, these children believe that whatsoever they see, they must accept it and it must be part of them. So what should be done? I believe it is the responsibility of you, of I, the government, the institutions, and even the bloggers that carry information up and down. It is their responsibility, our collective responsibility, to ensure that all these are really what? They are really brought down. Now, how do we go about it? Let's go to what government can do. Government and regulatory bodies should implement and enforce digital laws. And kudos to our government, that's the government of Nigeria, they have really brought up something about it, because of recent we heard the trend that government is really trying to check every content that all content creators are posting on social media. Kudos to them. So government should do more to regulate these activities. Apart from that, social media platforms should improve content verification. Any content that is posted that is really misleading the public, please try as much as possible to verify it. Every content should not be approved. Let there be verification before such content will be approved. Okay? And apart from that, government, that's the social media platform, should also label any information that is not really true. Please, if you discover that is not true, try and label such content falsehood. At least those that are really innocent that comes across this particular content will do what? They will know that this is false and not realistic. Apart from government, the social media platform operators, bloggers and vloggers, please, we are pleading that you should please help and post informations, content that will help our mental well-being. Lot of bloggers on social media, some even wake up to formulate information that is not even true, because their attention is only on the likes, the monetization, and nothing more. Please, bloggers, help us. How will you help us? Help us and checkmate some posts before you post. Help us and checkmate it. Besides that, any post you want to upload, make sure that let human being, as in let the well-being, the mental well-being of others be the priority before posting. Any content you want to post that does not have positive effect on people after checking, I don't think it's necessary you go ahead to post it, because it's going to lead a lot of people astray. Apart from the government, the institution, bloggers, there are other people that need to do something. You have the educational institution. How will they come in? You know, we have primary education, we have secondary. Now, the institutional bodies should please help us and introduce media literacy as a subject in secondary schools and primary schools, because these are the basic education. If you can introduce all this to create awareness, many of the younger generation coming up will have the information and they will be sensitized on time on the effect of falsehood. And I believe that when they are sensitized, when they see falsehood, they will run away from it, because they believe that they will have this mindset, this consciousness that falsehood will never help my mental health. Do you know that there is a role you and I need to play? That is personal responsibility. How do we go about it? You and I need to evaluate some content before we repost. Maybe we see content on social media that we like and we want to share. Please, before you share, check, evaluate it very well. Also ask questions about the source. Ask where this particular content is coming from. Who is the originator? If you ask these questions and you discover that the originator is really misinforming people, what do? Leave that content, because you are not only feeding yourself, you are feeding the masses. Okay? Now, apart from that, check different platforms to know whether this thing I want to post, most especially verified platforms, check and know whether this content I want to post, whether it is circulated in other platforms that are really verified. So with all this, I believe there is going to be a great change if we can practice all this. If we can practice all this, there is going to be great improvement on the content we post and also the content that we consume. Now, viewers at home, I want to leave you with some of these questions. I would want you to respond, but drop it in the comment section. Now, the first question I want to ask you is, why do falsehood narration spread faster than the truth? Please leave the response in the comment section. Also, is it possible to fully detoxify the social media space? And lastly, who suffers the most from this unchecked social media content? I want you to drop your reply in the comment section. So in conclusion, unpacking social media realities isn't about deleting our app, the apps on our phone. It's about being watchful of what we consumed. Be careful of what we feed ourselves with. Just like we eat food, there are some people that have health issues. Now, without health issues, medical personnel must have told them that there are some things you need not to eat for you not to do what? To stir up this particular issue. So, it's also applicable to what we consume. If you can do what? Check what you consume. I believe there is going to be what? A good environment and safer environment for you and I. However, we must be conscious of the quest for monetization. Don't be driven by monetization. Let your goal be to influence people positively and nothing more. Don't run after trend. Don't go after likes. Yes, likes is good for your monetization, but please be conscious of the effect it has on people rather than the gain you get personally. Be focused on values, accuracy, and informative content. Social media can educate, it can connect, just like we have it here. We have lots of people from other countries connecting with different people from different countries. It connects, like I said, and also it empowers. We learn good things. We learn new things. We learn skills. And there are some ideas we share that we after sharing, we do what? We empower ourselves. It is not, social media is not the enemy. So collectively, social media can either be a tool for truth or a trap for deception. Let's become responsible digital citizens. Thanks for staying connected. Follow us on all our social media platforms for more informative and educative content. I'm EGBOCHUE Chioma EUPHEMI. Bye for now.